everybody. It's Miss Jenny from the Hinsdale Public Library. How have you been? And how are you on this beautiful, beautiful day? I bet you're having a good one. And I hope it's going to get even better because today I am bringing you a special space-themed story time. Yeah, it's going to be great. And you know who else I have here with me today? Can everybody say hello to Butterscotch? Yeah, he heard you. Hello, Butterscotch. Yeah, so Butterscotch is going to sing our welcome song together, and then he's going to be a really good listener when I share a very special story with you today, okay? All right, so our song that we're going to sing together is If You're Ready for a Story, okay? But first, do me a favor. Can you clap for me? And I know you won't be able to see my feet, but you're going to be able to hear them. Can you stomp your feet? Yeah, very good. All right. And then when you're done with that, you're going to fold your hands nice and neat. And you can kind of put them in your lap. Okay, you got it? So clapping hands, stomping feet, folding hands. Nice and neat. You heard I rhymed. It's coming. I love a good rhyming song. All right, here we go. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Make your hands all nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. All right. All right. So Butterscotch, I'm going to put him right over here so he has a really good place to see this story from, okay? Well, since we're talking about space today, I have a story that I'm going to share with you. It's a little silly. Now, usually when we hear about people going up into space, they're people, they're humans, right? So in this case, how about a chicken who goes to space? What do you think of that? Yeah. All right. So this one is called Zelda's Big Adventure. So a little silly, but you can see she's very determined to become the first chicken to go into space. She's got big dreams. I like that. All right. Well, let us see. So Zelda had a plan. She was going to be the first chicken in space. She built her spaceship and she planned her experiments, right? Two very important things. And she trained for weightlessness. All she really needed now was a little help from her friends, right? So she kind of trained, got the spaceship ready to go. She just needs a little more help. So she asked Walter for help with her spacesuit. Certainly not, said Walter. I don't sew. Then she asked Mike for help with her heat shields. No time, said Mike, no time. He must be a busy bird. Then she asked Bella for help with the controls. My dear Zelda, said Bella, I don't do DIY, meaning she's not a very crafty sort of bird. Zelda was stumped. How was she going to be the first chicken in space if no one was willing to help her? Well, she said to herself, after a good long think, I'll just have to manage all on my own. So she did, right? I told you, very determined, meaning she really wants to get to space. So let's see, she must be okay, right? I see she's got her little suitcase, she's got her helmet, has her suit on, right? And she's getting ready to go into that spaceship that she built. Looks pretty good to me. Finally, launch day arrived and Zelda checked her fuel tank, full, meaning she's got enough gas. She checked her food bowl, bursting, right? You always need enough food. And she checked her nesting box, very cozy, right? It's important to be able to sleep when you're in space. All right, so Zelda started her engine. 10, 3, 8, 4. She wasn't very good at counting backwards. You know, maybe we should help her. Do you know how to count down from that? Okay, we'll count down from 10. We'll get to 0, and then, of course, we say, blast off, right? We know she's ready to go, so let's help her. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let me hear you say it. Blast off, she cried. Okay, now she's ready. And Zelda flew up, 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 and away. She'd done it. She was the first chicken in space. I knew she could do it. So Zelda conducted her experiments and went on spacewalks. She weighed stardust and counted planets. It was hard work, but she managed all on her own. When Zelda came home, everyone wanted to hear about her amazing adventure. Strictly between us, said Walter, she asked me to work on her spacesuit. She looks rather fine, doesn't she? I'm not one to brag, said Mike, but she asked me to fine-tune her heat shields. I like to keep warm, you see. Just confidentially, said Bella. She asked me to tweak her control panel. I have a mind for electronics, you know. Now, I'm not sure. I remember when she asked for help, Zelda didn't really get help from these three birds, right? So, I don't know. I still think she did most of that work on her own. Everyone agreed it was by far the most interesting thing that had ever happened in their yard. I mean, could you imagine on the farm? I don't think you usually see ships like that. Later that night, before she closed her eyes, Zelda looked up at the stars one more time. They seemed smaller from down here, but just as beautiful, and Zelda felt proud to have been on such a big adventure. Space travel is fun, she said to herself, but it is rather lonely. Perhaps I'll bring some friends next time. So do you see what her plan is, right? She's got her spaceship, and then she's kind of got a little trailer, and we can see there are her three friends, which hopefully they'll be a little more helpful this time around, right? I mean, that's pretty exciting, get invited to go to space. But there we go, and there is the lovely space. All those planets and stars, love it. Okay, anyway, so that was Zelda's big adventure. So very happy for her. I mean, she had a goal, and she met her goal. First chicken in space. Ah, amazing. All right, so I do have a song before we go today. So this one, it goes to the tune If You're Happy and You Know It, which is what our welcome song sounded like, and our goodbye song will also sound like. So this one's called If You're Going to the Moon. So first, though, when you go to the moon, right, you have to be dressed a certain way. So do you remember that you have to have special boots? Okay, I know you can't see my feet. Actually, there they are. So I'm going to pretend I've got my boots on, and I'm going to stomp those boots, right? Because when I get to a planet, maybe I want to walk on the planet, but I have to have the right footwear, right? Let's see. How about, you need a space suit, right? And you want to make sure it's zipped up. So can you pretend you got a suit on and go zip? Just like that? Zip. Yeah. All right. How about, if you have gloves, right? You want to probably keep your hands protected. So we're going to clap for that part when we talk about the gloves, okay? But I know you know how to do that really well. And then lastly, you've got to wear a helmet, right? Because we have to be able to breathe when we're up there in space, right? So we have that kind of helmet that keeps our, kind of head protected, but also we're able to get some air in there, right? So we're going to kind of pat our heads when we talk about the helmet, okay? All right, so you think you got it? So we're talking boots, suits, gloves, and helmet, right? Okay, here we go. If you're going to the moon, wear your boots. If you're going to the moon, wear your boots. If you're going to the moon, this is what you have to do. If you're going to the moon, wear your boots. If you're going to the moon, wear your suit. Zip. If you're going to the moon, wear your suit. Zip. If you're going to the moon, this is what you have to do. If you're going to the moon, wear your suit. Zip. If you're going to the moon, wear your gloves. If you're going to the moon, wear your gloves. If you're going to the moon, this is what you have to do. If you're going to the moon, wear your gloves. All right, last one. If you're going to the moon, wear your helmet. If you're going to the moon, wear your helmet. If you're going to the moon, this is what you have to do. If you're going to the moon, wear your helmet. Could you imagine, all suited up and ready to go? I bet you'd see some fabulous things out there in space. Anyway, all right, well, thank you so much for tuning in today for our space story time. And we're going to bring Butterscotch back. I think he had a good time too. So just remember, we have other story times here on YouTube. If you want to click like and subscribe below, check back every once in a while, and we always have different story times with our different librarians from the Hinsdale Public Library, and we love making these for you. So, all right, Butterscotch, are you ready to say goodbye? Should we sing our goodbye song? Okay, I think he's ready. All right, story time is over, clap your hands. Story time is over, clap your hands. Story time is done. I hope that you had fun. Story time is over, clap your hands. All right, friends, I can't wait to see you again next time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, and Butterscotch and I will see you next time. Bye.